In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Nice set. Shorty, where your mommy at?
So that wasn't as horrible as I thought.
You're gonna be a lieutenant. You need to practice kissing those rings.
Lieutenant. So I passed.
And then some. When it's official, you can pick any command in the city.
I'm happy where I am.
Okay. You up for a nightcap? We need to talk about finding you a number 2. Don't you ever turn that thing off?
I can't. We're short-staffed. Benson. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Where to? I'll drop.
Liv, Chief, sorry to break up your date.
It wasn't a date.
Detective Campisi and I took this from patrol. Our sergeant suggested SVU would be better equipped to handle a lost kid.
In other words, he passed the buck.
Little boy won't talk. Not even a name. Walked in here all by himself.
Where the hell are the parents?
That's why we're here.
That's a cool bus. Huh? You like the bus? The bus goes vroom, vroom, right? Can you say that? Hey, let's try our game again. Ready? So I'm Olivia, and you are... Remember? You are... Bruno. Bruno, what's your last name, sweetie? Bruno. So, Bruno, how old are you? Huh? You this many? Hmm? You this many? Hey. Okay, sweetie, I'll be back in 1 second, okay?
Any luck, Sergeant Benson?
Just his first name. I mean, he's got to be 3 years old, right? Shouldn't he be talking by now?
Delayed speech. I mean, I'm not surprised. No one's taking care of him.
He was filthy, several cavities, vitamin D levels were low, so he's not getting out much.
Okay, so he's neglected, but any abuse?
No broken bones or any signs of sexual trauma.
Good.
But I want to run some more tests, and I'd like to talk to the parents.
Well, so would we. Thank you.
The way you're carrying?
That's a girl.
Yeah, so you were saying you'd seen Bruno around?
In this courtyard, all hours. No one watching him. I call 911, 311, nothing.
What about the mother?
That girl is a mess. All hopped up.
Excuse me. Is that your son? He's cute.
I know you.
Have you seen this boy around here?
I guess. With his mom sometimes.
Well, does his mom have a name?
Manuela something. Like a baseball player named one of them Dominican brothers.
Who taught you how to slide?
Look, man, I'm not holding.
What, you look out? Look for this kid's mother, you know him?
Look, I don't know the kid or his mother. You know what? My name's Tito Morales, and I'm recording the rest of this.
Hey, Tito, keep snitching, and we'll drop those charges against you.
Come on, man, I'm no snitch.
Then start talking.
We are all over it. That was Dodds. He's asking about Bruno. What can I tell him?
Local runner told me his mom's been copping once a day. He'll call when she shows.
You get a name?
Manuela. Last name could be Ortiz, Oganda, Odano. It's something Dominican.
You talked to the housing authority. They're checking, but my contact there said not to expect much. He's got to go through 2,000 leases.
And not to mention illegal sublets, hotbeds, roommates.
So Manuel is strung out and Bruno is home alone. Did you run the names through Child Services?
Yeah, I called him without a last name. The guy told me when I could go.
Did he? Let's do a drop-in. Yeah, you know what? Finn and I got this. Actually, Rollins, why don't you stay here with Finn? No, seriously. I know, I'm fine. No, seriously. Just work the phones. You know, food stamps, housing. Carisi, let's go.
How the hell you gonna tell me I can't see her?
Frank!
Get out of my damn
A little help, please?
I'm just trying to see my daughter, okay?
Let's go, sir.
Welcome to the jungle.
We good?
All right, Keith? Yeah, I just got a little bit of anger there. Keith Lucio.
Sergeant
Benson. And
Detective Carisi from SVU.
Oh, SVU. What happened?
Get your ass out of here! Don't talk to me like that. Treat me like a man.
So your boss tells us that you have some families in the Conyers projects?
At least a dozen.
This kid one of them? Name's Bruno.
I think so. This way. Yeah, here it is. Bruno Ozuna. Is he okay?
You must not watch the news.
With this job, I barely have time to take a piss.
Bruno Ozuna was found wandering the streets last night, alone.
Is he okay?
We need to find his mother.
Sorry, elevator's always out. And the stairs get pretty ranky in the summer.
When was the last time you were here?
A couple weeks ago. Both kids were fine.
Kids. Plural.
Bruno has a half-sister, Keisha Houston. She's 8. It's just down the hall.
This is 6 Deadwood country. That door's not even locked.
Manuel Ozuna. NYPD.
She's not here. No wonder Bruno locked. This place is a furnace.
She's not in there.
I think she sleeps down there.
Hello? Keisha? Keisha? What is this? Carisi? Oh my God. Keisha? Keisha, honey, can you hear me?
Oh my God.
Keisha? Can you hear me? There's a pulse. It's just faint.
Hey, I need a bus here right now. Conyers Projects, Building 6, Apartment 9J.
She's tiny. I thought you said she was 8 years old.
She is. She's almost 9.
Keisha? Keisha, sweetheart? It's okay, honey. We're gonna get you some help, sweetie. We're gonna get you some help, sweetie. You're okay. You're okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, sweetie.
Poor kid. Still no sign of the mother.
Ben's working the dealer. Dr. Wilder, how's she doing?
Not well. Starvation, infections. She's so dehydrated, her organs are shutting down.
But she's gonna make it though, right, Doc?
I wish you would have found her sooner.
Manuela Ozuna,
What you got?
I got your kids. Get up.
What do you mean you got my kids? I'm their mother.
That's what you tell yourself? You don't act like it.
Yo, what you doing, man?
You're under arrest.
You ain't got no right to...
Shut up.
Hey, you feeling better?
Yeah. When I was a rookie, I used to puke all the time. Keisha. The way she looked.
Keith, you were just there a couple of weeks ago. I mean, how did she look then?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So many visits in a day. At least 8 or 9. I never have enough time.
Yeah, but you did see Keisha 2 weeks ago, right?
I must have. I mean, I'd have to check my notes. Look, Ozuna's weren't even my family to begin with. My colleague has been on maternity leave, so now I have twice the workload.
Okay.
I'm doing 12-hour turns here, rushing through visits, and all the paperwork and the court appearances.
Okay, I get it. But you know where I'm going with this, right? We just picked up Keisha's mother. There's gonna be more questions.
Bruno. That's my good boy. I want him back.
That's not happening. Keith Muzio's putting him in foster care.
Keith? I don't know no damn Keith.
Your DCS caseworker?
Oh, man. Last time I seen him, he was up my ass about feeding my kids chips for dinner.
Chips, we found your daughter in a cage, starving.
Well, that's Keisha's fault. If she shut up, stop crying, maybe she'd earn herself some food.
Oh, so you starved her to teach her a lesson?
I know they used to whip me with an electrical cord till I bled you one. I should do that.
Mother is a piece of work.
She's also a murderer.
Keisha didn't make it. Was it as bad as the headlines?
It's worse.
We got the autopsy report. Keisha Houston's cause of death is child abuse syndrome due to prolonged physical abuse, malnutrition, dehydration.
That's homicide?
Yeah.
Where was child services?
Well, Carisi talked to Keith Muzio, her caseworker. He's so slammed he doesn't remember yesterday.
His supervisor, Jeanette Grayson, claims that DCS is launching an internal investigation.
You mean cover-up?
Keisha's dead. What's there to cover up?
Their complicity. The caseworker botched this.
You want to prosecute the caseworker?
Yes.
Brooklyn tried that and lost. Morally responsible, okay. Legally is...
Keisha didn't lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. If Keith had actually been showing up for his visits, he would have noticed.
And she'd still be alive.
Okay, all right, I get it. You're angry, emotional. If you want me to go after this guy, I'm gonna need more than maternal outrage to make a case.
This is a caseworker and a supervisor's worst nightmare.
Yeah, the whole city's heartbroken.
Just tell me Manuela is not gonna get away with this.
Well, this brings us to why we're here. We're looking to document Manuela's abuse.
Now, Keith, you told me that you visited the apartment 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. And I've got that right here. Home visit, July 27th, around 2 p.m. Manuela Ozuna is present and sober. Son Bruno and daughter Keisha are also present, clean, and seem healthy.
Okay, so Keisha was there, because when we talked, you said you weren't sure.
No, I said I had to check my notes.
Yes, which we did, and we've gone through these with a fine-tooth comb.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying that 2 weeks ago, that Keisha looked healthy?
Yeah, that's what the report says. But you know, these situations with parents on a drug binge, they can deteriorate like that.
Jeanette, you should have brought me in. Matt Sheridan, Deputy Commissioner. Let me assure you that our agency is reviewing every moment and action that led up to this tragedy.
So is our ADA, so we're gonna need Keith's laptop and all of his case files.
We're here to cooperate. But because of confidentiality issues, we can't hand anything over without a subpoena.
So there is a home visit report on the Azunas dated 2 weeks ago?
Oh, there is. But doesn't mean he was there.
If I had to guess, he hasn't seen the Ozunas for at least 4 months.
4 months? How do we know?
I ran a statement analysis on a year's worth of his home visit reports. The detail in his earlier reports compared to the latest, it's night and day.
Walk me through this.
All right, Keith inherits the Ozuna case last November when his co-worker starts a maternity leave. Now that jumps his caseload from 30 to 47.
Even so, I mean, there's extensive handwritten notes on each field visit. And his typed reports are 1, 2, 3 pages, scanned in a timely manner.
Yeah, and at this point, Keith's logging 16, 17-hour days. But with the court hearings and the family visits...
It's a losing battle.
By April, no more handwritten notes.
And after April?
No reports on the Azunas were scanned in at all until the morning after Keisha died.
He goes in and he backdates 9 reports.
And all of these cases take place at the same time that his calendar has him in court or visiting other clients miles away.
The supervisors signed off on these?
Yep. Even the ones scanned in 8 hours after Keisha's death.
Okay, copy that. That was the Sarge. She just got called down to 1 PP by Dodge. They want a briefing on all the stuff we found at DCS.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Why don't I walk over? Pay my respects.
I understand your concern, Sergeant. But Child Services is a city agency. There are protocols.
The caseworker lied about his visits. The supervisor signed off on false reports. Child Services is responsible for Keisha's death.
The city has a Department of Investigation. If they decide something criminal has transpired...
Which they won't.
Then NYPD gets involved.
Since when does NYPD kick an investigation back to DOI? Who's this coming from, City Hall?
No one likes bad headlines, but let me be clear. I'm not just in charge of press for NYPD. I'm the commissioner's right hand. I work for him, and so do you.
I issued the subpoenas. SVU is investigating at my request.
SVU doesn't work for you, counselor.
All right. We're all friends here. The commissioner wanted us to convey that as of now, this is not a police matter. But if it becomes one...
You'll let us know.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. By the way, I hear you're on the lieutenant's list. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's it, they just call us off.
Well, they called you off. I don't work for NYPD. Good morning. I am ADA Rafael Barba. Early last Saturday morning, 8-year-old Keisha Houston died after her mother, Manuela Ozuna, locked her in a dog cage. Miss Ozuna has been charged with homicide. At the time of her death, Keisha was under the supervision of the Department of Child Services. Our investigation has revealed that Keith Muzio, her caseworker, falsely reported having made home visits to the family for the last 4 months. Digging deeper, we discovered this caseworker's fraud was orchestrated by his supervisor, Jeanette Grayson. Overseeing this unit was Deputy Commissioner Matt Sheridan, who has also been taken into custody. Among the charges are reckless endangerment of a child, official misconduct, and obstructing governmental administration, as well as the felony charge of manslaughter in the 2nd degree. Thank you.
Matt Sheridan, Jeanette Grayson, and Keith Muzio. In addition to the aforementioned charges, you are also charged with manslaughter in the 2nd degree. How do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor. The ADA's attempt to expand criminal liability for Keisha Houston's tragic death is a purely political overreach.
Something you can elucidate at trial, Mr. D'Angelo. People on bail?
People request $200,000.
And the overreach continues. My clients have no records. They are civil servants. They are paid like civil servants. They should be ROR.
Duly noted. Bail is set at $50,000 per defendant.
Sergeant, I told you to drop this case.
And we did. ADA picked it up.
Yes, we all saw his showboating. Hey, Barba, you got your Poonam on TV, man. The press is kissing your ass. But now's the time to do your real job and plead this out.
I'm sorry, you're NYPD's press boy, right? As you've already made clear, I don't work for you.
Look, as a friend, I'd hate to see the tall poppy get cut down.
That was subtle.
They apply that much pressure, that means they're scared.
Politicians, I swear to God. What are you gonna do, counselor?
Well, if I'm gonna plea it out, I'm gonna need leverage.
Mrs. Nunes agreed to talk with you, but she has a request.
You think you could ask the judge to let me out for Keisha's funeral?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just help us understand something. How did it get so bad, Manuela? Your caseworker's report said that you were clean and sober, and both of your kids were okay.
I was. Until Felipe got released.
Felipe?
Bruno's dad. After his bid in May, he moved back in with us.
May? The home report didn't mention him. When was the last time you saw your caseworker?
I haven't seen a caseworker since Easter.
Okay, so when Felipe moved back in, you guys started partying?
We weren't junkies. We were having fun. Drinking, barbecuing. The two of us and Bruno. We were a family again.
What about Keisha?
Felipe wasn't Keisha's dad. She didn't like us partying. She mouthed off to him. And I told her to keep her mouth shut, but she wouldn't listen. So Felipe got a cage.
And where's Felipe now?
He got shot 4th of July weekend. Bled out on the ground. I fell apart after that. Oh my God. What have I done?
I am so sorry, and I feel horrible about this.
To clarify, that is not an admission of guilt. I mean, we agreed to meet to discuss a potential deal.
Bluntly, Keith, as a caseworker on this, you missed a lot.
Yeah, you didn't make mention of the fact that Manuela was back on drugs, that she had a boyfriend.
Because I didn't
You don't
know.
have to answer.
You know what I think happened? I think your bosses gave you an impossible workload. And then they pressured you to file false reports. I mean, they set you up to fail, Keith. Does that sound right?
There was a lot of pressure.
Hey, we're all overworked. You, detective, you, counselor. It's not a crime. It's a reality.
Why don't you let your client answer the question?
Actually, I'll answer for him. Shame on you. Using this tragedy to score political points. If your idea of a deal is to pit coworker against coworker, well, it's a non-starter. Hang in there, Keith. Gentlemen?
I forgot my pen. Word to the wise, all right? I know the union lawyered up the three of you, but you are low man on the totem pole. So if anybody's gonna take the fall here...
Is there anything Barbara can use?
You know how Keith backdated the reports right after Keisha died?
Wasn't just Keith.
What?
Dozens of other caseworkers' reports were scanned in that day. All generic, all filed the morning after she died.
What's going on here?
Just catching up with some paperwork.
Uh-huh. A word, Sergeant?
Absolutely.
For God's sake, you don't have a political bone in your body, do you? Abraham is a hatchet man. He says back off, you back off.
The city has blood on its hands. Barbara is doing the right thing.
I know that you're close to him, but if he wants to hang himself, let him. Don't get stuck in his noose. Also, Detective Rollins, I'm assuming you're aware that she's pregnant.
I know. Look, we're down a man. I've been looking the other way.
Well, not anymore. Starting yesterday, she's on desk duty.
Got it.
Good.
If Dodds is here, I'm busted.
Desk duty, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, Finn, I know.
Hey, they still in there?
Yeah, stay out.
Good point. When Dodds leaves, tell Sergeant I went back to the pen. Keith wants to talk.
Jeanette was breathing down my neck about the paperwork. She told me to stop coddling my clients.
Meaning what?
Meaning stop taking their phone calls, stop counseling. She would say, this is casework, not social work.
She told you this explicitly?
Absolutely. Jeanette and Matt even said that I didn't have to make all my visits as long as there was some sort of record that I had.
So, when we found Keisha, you hadn't seen her for months, but Jeanette and Matt told you to report that you had.
This is where I say that my client has information that could prove very helpful in bolstering your case.
Depending on what we hear, we could downgrade from manslaughter to criminally negligent homicide.
Which is still a felony. We'll stop here then. Not another word, Keith.
No, look, wait, I don't care. They have to know. Jeanette. So she calls me that Saturday, and she orders me to come into the office. And it's closed, but Jeanette and Matt stand over me and make me file false reports saying that I had visited Keisha's home and noticed nothing was wrong.
There were lots of reports filed that day, Keith. Were the caseworkers there?
No. I mean, we stayed there all day. We stayed there into the night, filing lies for half the staff.
And you're willing to testify to that?
Yes. Keisha died on my watch. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
Keisha Houston was a happy and healthy girl on Christmas 2014, when she and her family were still receiving regular visits from the Department of Child Services. On August 7th, months after those visits ceased, NYPD detectives found Keisha locked in this cage, battered and starved. She died early the next morning.
We're all outraged. We all want someone to blame. But what Mr. Barber failed to mention, the two people directly responsible for Miss Houston's death. Keith Musio, her caseworker, who took a plea deal to save his own skin. And Manuela Ozuna, who abandoned her daughter without food or water and went on a drug binge.
The state will prove that this tragedy was the direct result of the policies of the DCS. Their system-wide failure prioritized paperwork over field work. Caseworkers were ordered by the defendants, Jeanette Grayson and Matt Sheridan, to falsify reports and to ignore families in need.
My client's only failure is that they trusted their caseworker. And he betrayed them. The same way he betrayed Keisha Houston.
In my opinion, Keisha's condition would have taken months to develop.
So if a caseworker had visited 2 weeks earlier, he would have noticed her deterioration.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Dr. Wilder, as a physician, you are familiar with the term triage.
Yes.
It means to prioritize, treat a gunshot wound before a broken arm. Now, you must make these decisions all the time.
That's right.
And have you or any doctor that you've worked with ever made a mistake when deciding who to treat first? A mistake that resulted in a patient's death?
We do our best to ensure everyone's safety. But even so, sometimes...
Sometimes patients die, right? And it happens. And when it does, are you or any other medical professional charged with manslaughter?
No.
No. Thank you, doctor.
The last time I saw Keisha, she was fine. Her mother was sober, and every week there seemed to be a family more at risk. I made the wrong choice, and I am so sorry for that.
What happened on that Saturday morning, a few short hours after Keisha died?
Jeanette Grayson and Matt Sheridan ordered me to compose, backdate, and file false reports of visits to the Ozuna apartment.
Why did you go along with that?
They said that if I didn't, I would go to prison for Keisha's death.
Was this the first time Miss Grayson or Mr. Sheridan had ordered you to falsify case records?
No, all of us were expected to appear on paper, more productive than we actually were.
Why would Miss Grayson want her staff to fudge data like this?
Objection. Cause for speculation.
Rephrase. During the time this widespread record falsification was taking place, were you reprimanded or questioned by anyone above you?
No. I was put on probation for spending too much time with my clients, but the probation was lifted as soon as I doubled up on falsifying paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Musio, you said, in your own words, that you chose not to visit Miss Houston between May and August.
Yes.
Now, did Miss Grayson or Mr. Sheridan ever tell you not to make those visits?
No, but they knew I couldn't.
You're familiar with the city's Department of Investigation, the agency that investigates public corruption?
Yes.
So you must have reported your supervisor's wrongdoing, yes? At the very least, you must have filed a complaint about your impossible caseload.
No, I wanted to keep my job.
You wanted to keep your job. So you only came forward when you were facing manslaughter charges, Mr. Musio?
Yes, but...
I mean, are you upset that a vulnerable child was starved to death by her drug-addicted mother, or are you just trying to pin it on your supervisors to save yourself?
Objection.
Withdrawn. Nothing further.
You know I missed Keisha's funeral? My transportation showed up 3 hours late.
That's why they're letting you see Bruno now.
I'm doing 8 years. By the time I get out, he'll be halfway to a man.
They found a good home for him. And if he's lucky, he won't remember any of this, or you.
Miss Grayson, what can you tell us about Mr. Musio's reports on the Ozuna home?
All of them indicated that the family was functioning and the children were safe.
And you, as a supervisor, do you also make home visits?
No.
So you relied on Mr. Musio's reports on Miss Houston's condition?
Yes. And I had no idea how badly things had devolved. I mean, I'm heartbroken for Keisha and how she suffered. But I only wish Keith had come to me sooner.
Thank you, Miss Grayson.
Ms. Grayson, have you received any promotions or raises over the past year?
I have. 2 promotions and 1 raise.
Were they based on productivity levels as they related to caseloads?
I believe so.
All right. Over the last year, you increased Keith Musio's caseloads from 30 to 47. As an experienced supervisor...
We're all overworked.
But did you honestly think it was possible for one caseworker to make as many home visits as you had assigned him?
According to Keith's reports, he did make those visits.
But you knew he didn't. Which is why after her death, you ordered Mr. Musio to backdate and file case reports on Keisha, isn't that right?
When I realized how behind he was in his paperwork, I asked him to come in so we could walk through the chain of events.
Just Keith, or did any other caseworkers come in on that Saturday morning?
No, just Keith.
Huh. Then how did 130 home visit reports from 8 different caseworkers get scanned in on August 8th?
I have no knowledge of that.
You have no knowledge of case number 30632? People's Exhibit 16 through 28, Your Honor. This boy's caseworker visited every week, even though his family had moved back to El Salvador a year ago. Or about case number 20185, a 4-year-old girl given the all-clear by you on the very day that she was admitted to the ER with cigarette burns all over her body. Or how about an 8-year-old boy, case number 54624, another success story on paper, when the reality was his mother was forcing him to drink bleach. You didn't know about any of these?
No. How could I?
How could you not? Are you the most incompetent manager in the world who can't tell the difference between a false report and a legitimate one? Or did you instruct caseworkers to falsify reports to meet productivity goals?
Objection, badgering.
I'll allow. Witness will answer.
So which one is it, Miss Grayson?
I didn't want any of this to happen.
You didn't want to advance your career by ignoring innocent children's pain and death, or you didn't want to get caught.
Objection.
I'm asked to do what the courts can't do, what the cops can't do?
You are asked to do your job.
God himself could not do this job.
We need a recess, Your Honor.
You want to judge me? You wouldn't last an hour in my world. And if I go, who's going to be on the front lines? You? You?
Your Honor.
I mean, you dump the most hapless cases in the world on us every day. More and more. We get the dregs of humanity, children raised by wolves. And you see them come in this court, in and out, week in and week out. They come to you as criminals. Do you ever stop to think, gee, what happened before that?
Miss Grayson, do you need a break?
Oh, now you want to give me a break? After 25 years of make your quota, Jeanette. Push that paper, hit those numbers. Right, Matt? Right? It's impossible. And everybody knows it. You all know it. But you want to scapegoat me. You want to make me feel bad. You want to take me down so you can feel better about yourselves. See? Because you pretended like you don't know that there are poor people out there in the city, broken people. You don't turn away from the homeless guy on the subway. Of course you do. Everybody does, because it's too much. Now, you want to put me in jail for this? Look in the mirror, my friend. Look in the damn mirror.
Jeanette had a complete breakdown. Is she okay?
She's a Bellevue. She can't continue with the trial, but her lawyer is going to plead guilty to the manslaughter charge.
And Matt?
He'll do a year. And while admitting no wrongdoing, the DCS commissioner is also going to step down. The city's appointing an outside administrative board with a mandate to change the culture of DCS.
Right. Till the cameras go away. I mean, what am I going to do when I get out? No one's going to let me work with kids again.
You'll find your way.
Chief. Tell it to me straight.
Congratulations. Your efforts to reform child services have not gone unnoticed at 1PP or City Hall.
So my promotion's not happening.
I had to cut a deal. They want a sergeant under you they can trust.
You mean a spy?
I found someone they like who will work for you. Motivated, smart. He just finished up a stint in anti-crime.
Great. When can I interview him?
Oh, there's no need. He's my son. Good night, Lieutenant. Detective Rollins, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. That was a tough case.
Yeah. Well, we can't save them all.
Yeah, I know.
For a weapon, I saw.
Where's his gun?
A nation divided.
Cops shoot another unarmed black man, then leave him to die?
They believe the suspect had a weapon.
These officers were his judge, jury, and executioner.
In the unprecedented episode, we know everyone will be talking about.
They were doing what any cop would have done in their situation.
Even you.
All new SVU, next Wednesday at 9/8 Central on NBC. And get the NBC app. All new Chicago PD starts right now on NBC.